If you want to build muscle from home, a pair of adjustable dumbbells is one of the best investments you can make. In this video, I'll guide you through a full body dumbbell workout that will help whether you're a beginner, intermediate, or advanced weight trainer. But first, if you're just starting out, I would highly suggest investing in a pair of quality adjustable dumbbells. Don't make the mistake of thinking, I'm just a beginner, I only need 5-pounders or 10-pounders. Because you're not going to be a beginner forever. You're going to get stronger. So buy dumbbells like you would buy clothes for a toddler. Don't buy the size you need today, buy the size you'll need 12 months from now so you have room to grow into them. The dumbbells I'm using in this video are 80-pound adjustable dumbbells from Renpaz, and they adjust in 5-pound increments with just a twist of the handle. So you can put them at 5 pounds or adjust in 5-pound increments to 10, 15, 20, and so on and so forth. That allows you to make small incremental changes as you get stronger without having to continuously buy a new pair of dumbbells every single time. Now, another thing that I like about these is that they have a nice knurled grip. They actually kind of feel like a professional pair of dumbbells that you'd use in a gym. So they've got a really nice texture to them. They change quickly. You've got a lot of room to grow into them, and you can make changes in small increments. So I'll put a link in the description below if you'd like to pick up a pair of these for yourself. So now let's get into the actual workout. And the workout is going to go from large muscle groups to small muscle groups, and we'll also alternate between upper body and lower body. This does a few things. Number one, you get your most difficult, taxing exercises out of the way first. Number two, when you alternate between upper body and lower body, you give your upper body a chance to rest while you're working your lower body, and vice versa. And number three, there's a small cardiac benefit because your heart has to pump blood from your upper body to your lower body and back throughout the workout. Now, since there are more upper body muscle groups than lower body muscle groups, we'll start with the upper body first. And for that one, we're going to start out with an incline chest press. I prefer an incline bench over a flat bench because it's a little bit safer to throw the dumbbells back and sit them back up on your lap when you're done. It's also a little bit easier on your shoulders. Now I'm going to use the full 80-pound dumbbells on this one, but choose a weight that will allow you to do 8 to 10 repetitions. Now research shows you can actually build muscle with anywhere from 5 to 30 repetitions, provided that you train pretty close to failure. So if you value strength a little bit more, go a little heavier with lower reps. If you're more concerned with preventing injuries, then go a little lighter with higher reps. But with any rep range you choose, make sure you train pretty close to failure or no more than 1 to 2 repetitions away from failure. So now we'll get started with the bench press. Kick the dumbbells back over your shoulders like this. Now you don't want your elbows straight out to the sides. You want to kind of keep them tucked in at roughly a 45-degree angle to your body. Then you're going to press up over your shoulders and then lower back down. Press up again, and you don't want to completely lock out your elbows. Leave just a very slight bend so you keep tension on the muscle throughout. Lower down slowly over 2 to 4 seconds, and then drive up as quickly as you can. Lower down slowly, drive up as quickly as you can. Lower down slowly, and drive up. And then repeat that until you can't do any more repetitions safely. And then when you're done, bring the dumbbells back to shoulder level, and you can just set them on your lap like that. So you would do 3 sets of this, and ideally do this workout 3 days per week. Now for brevity, I'm just going to show 1 set of each exercise in this video. Now another thing that I like about these particular dumbbells is that they have a round plastic end cap, which feels okay to sit on your thighs even when the weight is fairly heavy. So it's not pokey or pointy like some adjustable dumbbells. Now I'll set these down on the floor, and next we'll move to our first leg exercise. I'm going to show two variations on this one for beginners and one for more intermediate to advanced. The beginner exercise will be a goblet squat where you hold one dumbbell up like this. The more advanced one will be a lunge. And as you'll see, when your body weight makes up most of the weight of the squat, a goblet squat is a great choice. But as the dumbbell gets heavier, it's harder to hold it with your arms. So we'll go through the goblet squat first. And just getting a heavy weight up to your chest can be challenging. So we'll lift it up like this. Hold it that way, and you put your hand on either side so you're holding it like a goblet or a cup. And then you're going to sit down into a squat and only go as deep as you can comfortably. So if you can only go that far down, then just go that far down. If you can get all the way, then go all the way. But ideally you want to get as much range of motion as you can without hurting your knees. And repeat that 4 repetitions. And from the front view, you don't want to allow your knees to knock in like that. You want to keep your knees wider apart and then come back up, go down and back up. And then when you're done, you'll just set it down on the ground. Now you can only hold so much weight like that, and getting it up and getting it down can also be a challenge with a heavy weight. So that's why I'm going to show a lunge for the advanced version, and that way when you switch to a lunge, you almost double the body weight resistance. So you're getting more resistance even just doing a body weight lunge. And then when you add weight to it, you basically double the resistance on each leg as if you were doing a body weight squat. So to do a lunge, you hold the dumbbells in your hands like this, and then step forwards, go down as far as you can comfortably, and then come back up. Step forwards, go down as far as you can comfortably, and come back up. And then repeat that 4 repetitions. Now, if this bothers your knee, you can also do a reverse lunge, where instead of stepping forwards, you step back, and then come back up, step back, and come back up, step back, and come back up. So a couple different options for you on the lunge. Now we'll go back to an upper body exercise, and we just did chest on the front of the body. So now we'll go to the back. This one will be for your lat muscles, the muscles right here, as well as the rhomboids and trapezius between your shoulder blades. So bring this down to a flat position. Bring this down to a flat position. Then we're just going to use one dumbbell at a time for this one. So this will be a dumbbell row. You'll put one knee on the bench and then brace with one arm on the bench. Now you're going to pretend you're starting a lawnmower and pull elbow towards side. You want to initiate the movement by bringing your shoulder blade back and then elbow to side. You don't want to allow your elbow to go too far back or your shoulder blade to tip forwards. So start it with the shoulder blade, elbow to side. Don't allow the shoulder to tip forwards and elbow to go too far back. So here's how it will look with weight. Start with the shoulder blade and then elbow to side and back down. Elbow to side and back down. Elbow to side, back down. Elbow to side, back down, and elbow to side, and back down. Repeat that for your desired number of repetitions. Then you'll have to turn around the other way and repeat with the opposite arm. Now, if you do have one arm that's stronger than the other, I would recommend doing the weaker arm first, and then matching that same number of repetitions with the strong arm. So now we'll go back to lower body, and the squats and the lunges primarily worked the quads and the glutes. This next exercise will work the hamstrings on the back of the leg, so the opposing muscle to the quads, but it will also work your glutes some as well. And this one's called a Romanian deadlift, otherwise known as an RDL. So we'll grab the dumbbells. You want to turn them so they're facing more or less parallel to one another. Then you're going to go down in a squat to pick them up, and then it's just a hip hinge. So hips back, hips forward, and you'll keep the weight close to your body. So here's how it'll look. You bring up. This will be your starting position. Then hips back, hips forward. Hips back, hips forward. This isn't a back exercise. You have to use your back to stabilize, but primarily you're using your hamstrings and glutes to drive your hips forward. Then bring your hips back, keeping the spine neutral, and then hips forward. You may not be able to see my knees well with this, but you want to keep your knees relatively straight. You don't want to do a squat, but you also don't need to have the knees completely locked out. So it is okay to get just a slight bend in the knees, but primarily you're just trying to hinge from the hips. So for the next exercise, we're going to go back to upper body. And for this one, we'll lower the weight a little bit for a shoulder press. So I'm just going to drop these in here. Now we'll drop it down, say 20 pounds. So we'll go to 60 pounds on that one. 60 pounds on this one. And then we'll set the bench. I like to have the bench not quite vertical, but slightly back from that. So around 75, 80 degrees. So bring this all the way up, drop it back, make sure that's locked in, and we're good there. And now I think we're set to go. So we'll pick the dumbbells up, lift them up to shoulder level. And then we'll get started. So you drive straight up over your head. Again, the elbows aren't right out to the side. They're kind of at a 45-degree angle. So going down to shoulder level, and then driving up. Going down, actually more to ear level, and then going up, back down to ear level, and go back up, and repeat that 4 repetitions. And then next we'll go back to lower body. This will be the last lower body exercise. And for this one, many people may not even need weight. So we're going to do a single leg calf raise. For this one, you can use the back of the bench like this, or a weight plate if your bench doesn't have a good place to put your foot. You're going to stand on one leg, let your heel drop off the edge, and then go up and back down. And just repeat that 4 repetitions. And this way, essentially you're lifting your entire body weight with one leg, versus if you were doing 2 leg calf raises, then you only have 50% on each leg. Now obviously, you don't want to switch legs and do the same number on the opposite leg. Now if doing this gets too easy for you, then you can grab a dumbbell in one hand, and then you can still hold on to the bench with the other hand. Hold on like this. And then do the same thing, but with added weight. And then again, you'll want to repeat that on the opposite leg, like this. As far as which hand you hold the dumbbell with and which hand you hold the bench with, it doesn't matter all that much, but I would switch hands when you switch legs. That way you get an equal work on your grip as well. So now we'll go back to upper body again. And we finished the lower body exercises, so now we just have biceps and triceps to go. We'll lower this down a little bit more for biceps curls. So it's at 60 now, we'll take it down to 45 and 45. Now I like doing alternating, supinating biceps curls, and for this one you're going to do one arm at a time. You're going to come up like you're doing a hammer curl and then twist. And then you lower back down, come up like you're doing a hammer curl, twist, come back down, and then just alternate back and forth. You want to try to keep relatively strict form at the beginning, but as you get more tired, you'll probably notice that you sway just a little bit, and that is okay. So we'll just keep going here, a couple more repetitions. And then we'll put the dumbbells back in, and I'm going to drop it down a little bit further for triceps. We're going to drop down to, let's say, 30 pounds. And we're going to put the bench flat again. Now for this one, we're going to do one arm at a time. We're going to do overhead triceps extension. You have 3 heads of your triceps, hence the name triceps. And one of those heads, the long head, crosses the shoulder. So you activate that head the most if you have your elbow over your head and you're bending the elbow at the same time. So here's how it will look. Put the dumbbell up like this, raise it up, and then come down behind your head, and then go back up. Come down behind your head, go back up, come down behind your head, and then go back up. And then to show you that from the side, I'll do the other arm facing sideways. You hold the dumbbell over your head like that, lower back, behind your head, and then raise up, lower back behind your head, and then raise up. And just repeat that until you get tired. And ideally, this is another one where you want to do the weaker arm first and then match the same number of repetitions with the strong arm. That was the workout. Leave a comment down below letting me know what you thought. I'll put links to both the dumbbells and the bench in the description below. And if you'd like more tips to get strong without getting injured, head to over50coach.com/subscribe. You can sign up to get free email tips on a variety of different topics of your choice. But before you go, if you found this video helpful, make sure to give it a like, and if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel so you get notified of my future videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.